So what's going on, you guys? I know there hasn't been any videos lately, and I do apologize about that, but I have recently picked up a little bit of part-time work, which has basically been taking up most of my time. So like during the week, where I had maybe 2 or 3 days that I could play around with the race car hot rod, now I'm really down to none or very little time to do it in the evenings. So I do apologize about that, but this is something I need to do. Also, another reason we haven't had any videos is the hot rod has been broken, and I was filming a video of me rebuilding the carburetor for the hot rod, but unfortunately I had some issues with it. I couldn't figure out what was going on with it after I rebuilt it. So I'm going to condense all that down into basically a quick little summary, and then I'm going to get to working on the race car because I have some steel work that I need to do. And with us just sitting here waiting on the motor, the car's just sitting there, so I'm gonna do a little bit of work to it, or really about as much as I can, and then we'll go from there. So I'm sorry if the wind noise is real loud, but basically this has been my life for the past week or so, trying to get this thing fixed, because after I shot the daily driving a hot rod video, it quit working. It quit running, and we narrowed it down to the carburetor. I actually rebuilt the carburetor, and I thought I had it fixed, and then I couldn't get it to crank. But luckily Dad came through. He showed me a few things with this carburetor, because I've never worked on one of these, and the only reason that wasn't firing after we rebuilt it is because the choke was set wrong, which I set wrong. It's all running now, and just to prove to you guys that I'm not lying, there you go. It is now running and ready to go. I haven't taken it down the road yet, but it's back running again, which is fantastic. So really quick, this is the summarized version of basically what went down, and it's leading up to when I just cut the camera off and I said I'll come back to it when I fix it. So here's the clips leading up to this point. So this is pretty much my work area set up here, and I'll zoom out and show you guys kind of everything. But I ordered this rebuild kit from a company called Carb Junkies. I think they're out of Georgia. I paid $30 for the kit, and I'll show you everything that came with it. But definitely check them out. I found it on eBay and found their site through that. They even sent me a 10% off of my next order, so I may go ahead and order another rebuild kit just to have. And they even sent me a atomic fireball, which I already ate. So yeah, you get candy when you order from these people. That's pretty awesome. Float level should be 1 and 9/32. So I just got back from the parts store. I have my new filter and line set up. I'm going to get rid of the old one, go ahead, change the filter, and be done with it. So that way everything's pretty much new other than the fuel pump. And then we'll see if we can get her to start. Okay, so we already have a monumental leak, and it's actually, So it does help if you tighten up the bolt that's going into the carburetor here. That may help, so let me go get a wrench and tighten that up. So guys, I'm actually going to call it a night. I can't get this thing to stay running. I can get it started, but it keeps dying. If I'm holding my foot down on the gas pedal, you know, I can keep it running, but obviously it's such a high RPM that, you know, that's not working. So I don't know. I guess I'll go back to the drawing board and I guess maybe do some thinking, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I come up with a solution. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what went down with me rebuilding the carburetor. I was going to make it a whole separate video, but I just wasn't a fan of it, and I wanted to make sure I was putting out good enough content for you guys. So I decided to do a summary, and that's pretty much it. Rat Rod's running now. So with that, I just got back from Tractor Supply. I am headed down to the shop, and I'm going to see what I can do with the race car today. I don't really want to do much because it's so cold and there's no room in the shop right now, so I have to work on it outside. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So from what I've gathered, the actual bumper itself, I'm not going to be able to fix because some of the tubing's crushed, and I don't have a tubing bender, so I'm just going to take that to my chassis builder. But the little top bar where our sheet metal mounts, I'm going to go ahead and fix that today. It's not much, it's not going to be a long video, but I'm trying to come up with stuff for you guys because we literally have nothing to do. So that's what my goal is today, and I'll show you guys what I'm going to be working on when I get down there. So there actually is room in the shop, which is nice, which means I don't have to move the welder far. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this is what I was talking about. Spray bent here, and even cut off. We had to cut off the sheet metal off right here. So I'm just going to chop it here and here, and weld my two new pieces of metal together. No, you're fine. And then reinstall it. This is basically just me drilling out the makeshift shroud that we made last year. It was kind of in the way, and I didn't want to get any of that caught in the Sawzall, which you will be seeing here shortly. Basically, I'm just going to have our chassis builder build us a true shroud, not using garage door or skirt to get air to our radiator. But here, originally, my plan was basically going to be just to cut the tops of the little vertical bars there, and I actually ended up coming back and cutting it all the way down to the tubing and just redoing the whole thing. Yeah, so this is me going back and cutting down the vertical bars. I was going to be kind of lazy, but a part of me said, no, let's do this right. If you know, we're going to spend the time on it. So yeah, I just went ahead and cut this all off. And then here, all I'm doing is pretty much just grinding down the leftover stuff that the Sawzall couldn't get. Basically getting all the weld off too that was left on there. And then this is just me cutting the steel for the vertical post. And this is me showing you guys what the tubing looks like now that I cut the vertical pieces out. And then this is me just mocking it up. And I didn't film every little bit of welding, but this is me actually putting a full weld in. Obviously I went all the way around the steel. Like I said, it was going to get really competitive, so repetitive. And I didn't want to show you guys every single weld that took place, but basically once I got these two vertical posts done, I went ahead and had to make the top piece, which is where the sheet metal will rivet to and where my fenders will rivet or bolt to, I guess. And the only problem is Tractor Supply did not have a long enough piece of square tubing in the size that I needed. So, well, yeah, here's me showing it off. Don't look at the welds, but yeah, here's me welding two pieces together to get a long enough piece. And it was kind of tricky because I was trying to keep it as straight as I could, welding on it. but I only welded 3 sides, so that way the side that didn't have a weld on it, it would be facing upwards. So that way when I put my sheet metal on it, or when my sheet metal gets riveted on there, it's not like kicked up by the weld. And then here's just me setting it up. I actually ended up having Dad come over and help me with this and just hold it in place while I got it tacked. And again, I didn't show every single weld that took place, but this was a pretty easy project. Probably could have done this off of the car, but you know, I didn't think of that till later. Probably would have been easier to get all the welds, but still came out pretty nice. I like it. It's going to serve its purpose quite well. It's not overly complicated either, but basically it's just where my fenders are going to mount, and then where the filler panel between the hood and the nose will go or mount to. And then here's just me showing it off. Okay guys, so I'm back home now. That took a lot less time than what I thought it was going to be, but anyways, yeah. So that's taken care of. That's one less thing our chassis builder will have to do. I may have him look at that front bumper. It's still kind of kinked a little bit. It may be fine the way it is, but I'm going to have him look at it. Plus, I don't have a tubing bender or anything like that, so I can't fix it even if I wanted to. So basically, that's a new sheet metal brace. Kane says hi. So yeah, again, I'm sorry about the videos kind of lacking lately, but with me doing my part-time work and nothing really to film, that's kind of what we run into. But anyways, I'm gonna do 2 submissions for you guys that I got. I've been meaning to get to them, but again, with no videos, just haven't done it. So anyways, this is the last time you'll see me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we will see you in the next video. Okay, so first one we have here, his name is David Tucker, and it says, David Tucker out of Delaware. This is my first year racing. I race my 01 Rocket in the Southern Delaware Vintage Club. We race at Delaware International Speedway and Georgetown Speedway. That is awesome. I love the Vintage Club. I actually have followed them for quite some time now. But good luck to you. Hope you have a wonderful season, and be sure to keep us updated on your progress. Okay, so next submission is from Randy Barr Jr. Please don't yell at me if that's wrong. But he says, 79 Monte Carlo 355 full floating balance, Crown rods, SRP pistons, Isky cam, angle plug heads, 2-barrel carb. That was all we were allowed. 650 gears. I mainly ran short tracks. Raced for 5 years. First 3 were rough on me, then I won 2 races. Then I had to quit just as I was driving better due to health troubles. I had raced at Oktoberfest at Hagerstown Speedway one time about 3 hours from me. 60 cars showed up for my class, only 24 cars made the main event. I made it in by the consideration. I started 22nd and finished 15. Not too bad for the first time there. I raced pure stock and outlaw stock classes. Great videos of your car. I'm in the 75 and Robbie Blair in red, white, what did I say? Number 111. You might know Robbie. Him and his son Max race World of Outlaw models now. This is where Robbie got his racing start. Find them both on YouTube Racing. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Randy. Love the pictures. Awesome story. I would love to hear about you getting back in a car again. I know with health issues sometimes you just can't do it, but that sounds awesome. Sounds like you had a very promising career. But anyways, thank you so much for the submission. And yeah, with that, guys, we will see you in the next video.